Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to History Vault to explore the forgotten ingenuity, practical wisdom, and survival techniques from the past. When we think of medieval life, images of stone castles, knights, and open hearths often dominate our imagination. Yet some of the most remarkable innovations were quietly practical, like the medieval timber bath. In an era without waterproof plastics or modern sealants, these baths held water for decades, resisting decay and moisture damage that would ruin ordinary wood. How did they manage it? The answer lies in centuries of careful observation, material choice, and craftsmanship passed down through generations. An ancient logic that modern enthusiasts and survivalists can still apply today. The first secret of the timber bath was in the selection of wood. Craftsmen consistently chose species naturally resistant to moisture and rot, such as oak, elm, or chestnut. These trees contain high levels of natural tannins and dense fibers, which prevent fungi and bacteria from establishing themselves. Medieval carpenters understood the differences between local woods and selected the ones that would hold water without warping or splitting. Today, anyone attempting to replicate this method should similarly choose hardwoods with natural rot resistance, ensuring the foundation for a long-lasting, water-holding structure. Next came the careful preparation of the wood. Rapid drying would cause cracks or warping, which could compromise the bath's ability to retain water. Once the timber reached the right moisture content, craftsmen planed and smoothed the boards, then assembled them with tight-fitting joints. In some cases, the ends of the boards were slightly beveled to create compression when fitted together, ensuring that the bath would expand when filled and seal itself naturally. Modern builders can replicate this by drying hardwoods in ventilated spaces for months, measuring moisture content, and cutting boards with precise joinery to create tight, water-resistant seams. Medieval baths also relied on clever joinery rather than glue or nails. Carpenters used tongue-and-groove pegged or wedged joints that allowed the wood to swell slightly when exposed to water. This swelling actually enhanced the seal, making the bath more watertight over time. Settlers and builders who attempted simpler nailing techniques often found their tubs leaking within a season, while the traditional method lasted decades. Today, even hobbyists restoring old barrels or crafting small wooden tubs can apply this principle, use interlocking joints and wooden pegs rather than relying solely on adhesives or modern fasteners. The wood itself becomes the key to durability. Another crucial factor was heat treatment and charring. Some medieval baths were lightly charred on the interior surfaces before assembly. This process reduced moisture absorption, killed any surface bacteria, and increased resistance to rot. While it might sound extreme, the technique was carefully controlled. The timber was blackened but not burned through. In modern practice, lightly scorching interior boards with a controlled flame before assembly, then brushing away loose soot, can provide the same natural moisture resistance. Combined with proper seasoning, this creates a bath that holds water reliably without chemical sealants. Maintenance was part of the logic as well. Medieval families understood that even the most carefully crafted timber baths required occasional care. Baths were emptied regularly, scrubbed with natural abrasives like sand or ash, and left to dry completely before the next use. This practice prevented prolonged stagnation, which could lead to microbial growth, while allowing the wood to breathe and stabilize. For modern replication, Simply maintaining the tub with periodic cleaning, drying, and even a light coating of natural oil helps preserve it, extending its lifespan significantly. The placement of the bath also played a role. Medieval builders often positioned tubs in warm, dry rooms or near hearths, where ambient heat reduced moisture condensation on the wood's exterior and slowed decay. This understanding of environmental factors reflects an intuitive grasp of physics and material science. Temperature, humidity, and airflow all influence the longevity of timber. Today, when installing wooden baths in cabins, workshops, or reenactment settings, positioning them in well-ventilated, moderate environments helps replicate the centuries-old success. Finally, the medieval timber bath demonstrates a broader lesson in logic and observation. Its design was not a product of guesswork, but of repeated trial and error, careful attention to material properties, and hands-on adjustment. Builders understood that longevity required working with the wood, not against it. Every choice, from species selection to joint design, seasoning, and even a bit of light charring, was a calculated step to ensure the bath's durability. This principle applies far beyond medieval tubs. Respecting materials, observing their behavior, and applying layered solutions can, yield structures and tools that last far longer than any quick fix. The medieval timber bath is honestly a testament to the ingenuity and patience of generations past. Its design reflects practical problem-solving, sustainability, and a deep understanding of natural materials. By studying these methods, modern enthusiasts, historical reenactors, and survivalists can, craft functional, long-lasting wooden structures that echo the wisdom of the past. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval craftsmanship, go ahead and subscribe to History Vault to uncover more lost techniques, practical survival knowledge, and the genius of historical builders. Share this video with fellow enthusiasts, reenactors, and anyone fascinated by how careful observation and logic allowed our ancestors to create structures that, honestly, defied time and moisture.